And we are back, and we are about to tackle the first boss of the Shadow Realm. And I gotta admit, the stage we're going to looks a lot like a combination of Hell and the Mines of Moria. And the villain looks a bit like he could be the Balrog of Morgoth. Home sweet home. For some.
Where the hell are we? Is this... Holy crap. Is this...
The Shadow Realm. Home sweet home. Not looking so sweet right about now, though.
How did we get here?
My guess is when you destroyed that Whisperer, the memory sucked us through. But what the hell happened to this place? It's like everything just crumbled. Something is wrong.
Was something right for a second? Did I miss it? Whatever happened, you got yourself back home. But I'm
There
not
is a
staying
small
here.
ledge down there, but it's probably instant death if I go down to it, because it doesn't look like there's any way back up from it.
How do I get home?
There's
So-
something I should tell you. There are 3 swords that go by the name Nobitsura Kage. Each is said to carry a piece of the legendary weapon.
A piece. So what? It doesn't work on its own?
Not at its full ancient killing capacity, no.
Ah, wonderful.
Now, for you all to know what the default sword is like, it was the regular katana you saw in the beginning that he pulled out when he tried to escape from Mizuyaki's dungeon, but now he has the sword that he just pulled out from the Whisperer. You can see the demonic veins on the handle and the lack of a Suba. What a Suba is basically right where his hand is, there would be like a hilt. Basically, the Suba is the Japanese name for a hilt, and version of a hilt. And yeah, it doesn't have a hilt. It's like hiltless. Kind of reminds me of I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but there's a series of blind swordsman movies from Japan called either Zatoichi or Zatoichi. I don't remember. I don't know the exact pronunciation. The one I like the most is the one Zatoichi Challenged, because an American movie was made based on it, starring Rutger Hauer, I think it is. He played a American soldier who got blinded, became a blind swordsman and all that. But yeah, Zatoichi Challenged is, in my opinion, the best one. But then again, I've only ever seen that one because it had one of the best samurai duels at the end of the movie in like the snow and all that. It was cool. No pun intended, of course, for that. But yeah, this katana kind of looks like Zatoichi's walking stick katana because it doesn't have a hilt on it, or Suba, which is cool. It makes for it's a good way to hide such a weapon. What's that big axe doing in the middle of a... Oh shit! I just walked right under him. Yeah, I know. He does look kind of like the Balrog, minus the wings, of course. And the fact that there's a big freaking axe in the middle of this area, you kind of know what I'm about to go up against. Definitely not the kind of fight to use a sword for. And unfortunately, I have no ammo for the machine gun at the moment. Okay, I'm waiting. now he gets up.
That's Gozu? In his memory, he was smaller.
That's his armor. Get that off him and he's really quite puny.
That is one big-ass suit of armor. Oh, no, don't wanna. Okay, gotta
How
go.
am I supposed to defeat him?
Easy. Shoot the glowing cracks in his armor.
And by the way, another spelling issue with this. They say armor with a U. That's not how armor is spelled. At least not in America. Armor does not have a U in America. Maybe in Europe and maybe in Australia, but not here in America. Armor is spelled A-R-M-O-U. No. Alright, forget this, scratch that. A-R-M-O-R. No U. That's what I meant to say. I know, why am I giving a lecture on proper spelling? Well, let's just say that, let's just say that I've been criticized a lot when it came to spelling, so it's kinda, now I kind of am doing it whenever I see people doing it all wrong. For example, when people try to spell rogue, they spell it R-O-U-G-E, and it's not spelled that way. It's spelled R-O-G-U-E. R-O-U-G-E is meant to pronounce rouge, or yeah, like it's like French. Alrighty, now oh. Oh shh.
You found a G-Ram!
What?
That crystal on his armor. Quick, destroy it. That's it.
Ha! Yeah, I'm pretty sure Iron Man wouldn't consider a suit of armor like this as badass as it would be. Interesting thing, I read a fanfic. It's actually a very good series of fanfics. And for anyone who goes to fanfiction.net, look up Avengers of the Ring. An author, I think he dedicated the writing of it to his nephews or something. But yeah, the Avengers of the Ring is basically combining the MCU with Lord of the Rings and Middle-earth overall. Avengers of the Ring was the first one. Basically, 3 Avengers, Captain America, Thor, and Hulk, go to Middle-earth during the events of Fellowship of the Ring. And, oh. And, yeah, during Fellowship of the Ring, after the Fellowship failed to cross, the mountain pass of Caradhras, I think I'm pronouncing that right. And, basically, the portal / vortex that allowed Thor, Captain America, and, the Hulk to travel to Middle-earth, it essentially drained them.
This guy's going down.
Drained most of them of their powers. For example, Thor and Hulk, their powers are energy based. Like, you know, Thor's godly lightning energy and Hulk's radiation energy. Captain America, technically he would be kind of considered energy-like as well because of Vita rays and all that. But involved in the super soldier thing, but fucker, leave your Cyclops gaze at home. Yo, Cyclops called. He wants his optic blast back. But yeah, essentially, Hulk and Thor have been reduced in power due to the vortex trip. But during the course of the adventure, like a fantasy RPG, they eventually regain their power. For example, Thor can throw his is limited to throwing his hammer. No flight, no lightning. During the Battle of Moria, and Hulk. Oh shit! And Hulk, he was only able to have a one-on-one brawl with the cave troll in Moria. But his power drained before the whole dealing with the Balrog and all that. It's really a good fanfic. The author really knows both his Middle-earth and MCU lore, and he does add in some stuff from the comic versions of the characters. For example, the whole mystical blast, which is something Thor has not used in MCU, but has used in the comics. He has him use it in the fanfic at a certain point, and maybe a minor spoiler. Anyone who saw the Lord of the Rings Return of the King movie, they know about in the extra features, Peter Jackson originally intended Sauron to leave Barad-dûr to have him engage Aragorn in a sword fight, because it seemed like the two of them were adversaries throughout most of this series. But it ended up they didn't want to take too much focus away from Frodo and all that, and the ring. So basically, Peter Jackson scrapped the idea and just digitally put a cave troll for Aragorn to fight over Sauron. Sauron had his second age medieval armor look. Basically, but during the author of Avengers of the Ring, he essentially goes through with that, but for a good reason. Having Sauron engage the Free Peoples, not just Aragorn, in a duel, is important because of the whole involvement of the Avengers. And he does have an extra surprise for them. I'll give a slight spoiler. Basically, he creates a suit of armor reminiscent to Iron Man. So it almost looks as if Thor and Hulk and Captain America are fighting Iron Man, but it's not really Iron Man because it's Sauron. But it is interesting because even that's going on, and the whole after Frodo leaves the Fellowship, we don't see his perspective anymore, because we assume his quest goes the same as it was. But the Avengers' involvement with the other characters is what takes precedence.
Defeating an immortal being from another dimension? Check! Today is going awesome!
You did it! Oh, I need to get him out.
But yeah, essentially, the first part deals with the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Second part is like a aftermath of the Lord of the Rings, where an MCU villain comes to Middle-earth threatening it, so the Avengers need to go there to help the Free Peoples take them down. And then,
What do you want with me?
and then the third part is The Hobbit. Scarlet Witch is sent there during those events. And now there's a new part, fourth one, dealing with the Thanos bit. It's a real good series.
Ruler of the ancients, the cock that got me banished.
You can't fight him, Hoji. And neither can this little mortal.
You mean the little mortal who just kicked your ass?
I also tracked down and killed your Whisperer.
Maybe. But you won't find the others.
Others? Other Whisperers?
Oh no.
Well, I'll be cuddled to death by puppies. He was trying to assemble the Nobitsura Kage.
He didn't tell me.
Of course he didn't. Look what happens when you try to keep secrets. But I have a hunch you know where the other Whisperers are.
You can't make me tell you.
I don't have to. Just say ah.
What?
Yes, sir. No, sir. 3 bags full, sir.
You've been listening. He's an ancient. Without the Nobitsura Kage, these guys can't be killed. But I sucked enough chi out of him to make a portal back.
Finally, some good news.
I have just enough chi for one passage.
You're not gonna leave me here.
Oh, it'll fit both of us. Just don't hesitate once I open it. Time to go after the next Whisperer.
Wait, what?
That's where this portal leads. But you can always stay here. The offer expires in 3,
God damn you,
2,
Hoji!
1.
Ah!
Hmm. 112 out of 150 ain't bad. Alright, I'm gonna call this quits for now, but I'll see you in the next one, and you can bet on that.